Righto, what we can do to generate dates is this. So if you put a date in, say the 1st of the 1st, 17, each date has its own unique number. So what we can actually do is if I go in there and go that, and I get the date and I add, say, 100, it will tell me what the date is 100 days down the track. So rather than do that type of thing, yeah, so rather than just have it do the one, I'm just going to add it, and there's actually a function called rand between. Okay, and what rand between does is I want to add between 0 and 365 days. So what it will do is grab that value and just find a number. So it might be that day if it's 0, or if it gets to 300, it'll be 300 days into it. And then if you drag that formula down far enough, you'll get yourself a pile of dates that are random. Yes?
Can you just copy and paste that into Access?
Yep.
So, you go to not changing it.
Okay. The problem with that is if you watch the dates, if I go and write some writing out here and hit that, these things all change. And if I go and delete that, they'll all change again. Because the rand between function is what they call volatile. So it changes all the time. The easiest way to do that is if you just copy it, jump over here, right click. There's options over here called values. So it will put that value. At the moment it's gone like that. Anyone know why? Okay, it thinks they're numbers. So all you need to do is go and format that, and where is it? It just does. Okay, so if we go and find short date, it will put them into the dates. So that's what used to be over there. Okay, when you want to drag your stuff into Excel, from Excel into Access, just make sure your columns are identical. So this is my product code, this is my quantity, this is my whatever, have them 3 lined up. Highlight the cells, so don't do something like highlight the whole column. So just say I want that chunk there, copy it, and then go and paste it into your Access. When you get it into a table, before you paste it, if you just highlight everything by going into that top corner and highlight everything, and then if you paste it, it should jump in perfectly. If you try and go down here and add it to a row below or something like that, it will usually drops the first one in, but the other 50, 100, 200 won't get a turn. Okay. To generate a random customer, pretty easy. Okay, there's a random customer. There's a heap of random customers. So that rand between one will become your best friend. It does repeat itself. But if your dates are different, the one that will cause you the most grief is your subform one. So in that you'll need, okay, you got a product number, you got what else have you got? And you'll have a quantity T. Okay, generating random ones will create some problems. So if you go rand between, let me type it in your book here. 1 and 10 again. So this is the subform one. And let's say you use the same formula over here. So I've got a random lot of 10 sales. If we go down a couple of 100 rows, there's going to be lots of double ups of that because it's random. Okay, if I just go and sort that quickly. Okay, you'll see that you're going to get double ups. So let's say, for example, you had this one, you have 2 product 7s, and if those 2 numbers happen to be the same, it's going to tell you off when you try and paste your data in because it's got duplicates. The easiest way I found to do this is if you get that first number and you multiply it by, say, 1,000, and then you just add that number, it will give you a unique code, which is basically that times 1,000 plus that. Drag that down as far as you need to go. Okay, in this big list, if I just were to sort, so I'm just going to kill all that old stuff. Okay, if I go and sort that stuff by column D, why didn't that work? Anyway. No, it was a bit rude, wasn't it? Anyway, there will be some double ups in this big pile here. And what you can do there, so you won't get too many, but you'll get some. Okay, there's a thing in here called conditional formatting. Anyone ever heard of that before? Okay, so what you can do is if you go down to manage rules, or you can highlight cells that have duplicate values. So if I go back there, duplicate values, it will say find the duplicates, it will colour them in. You can change that if you're desperate. And you see all those ones, lots of them are double ups. These ones are actually the unique ones. Yeah. So there's going to be lots that have the same combinations. So by finding the duplicate ones, you can identify those. So if I change this sale number from that to sale 15, that thing no longer becomes a duplicate anymore. Of course, your other big problem with RAND between is this number keeps changing all the time. So realistically, what I should have done before is highlight all of that stuff. Okay, copy it, and then go back up to the top of it. Go here, and I'm going to paste, but I'm going to paste the values in there. So now, you'll see up here, they're actually just numbers now. They're not that RAND between that keeps changing everything. And you'll see all your double ups. Okay.